Happy New Year to you all. Today's episode is going to be about the flood map and flood zone, and Natalie is going to talk about it. Okay, the cry of the 21st century, as I believe, is always it's service, service, service. And the reason that I'm saying this is because our customers and clients are the most highest important thing for us. In order for them to make their informed decision, today is very important for them to listen our flood zone and flood map changes in the entire Florida Keys. So, we've been here since 1950s and things has changed. We're growing together and stronger with you. Our co-banker, Schmitt Real Estate, is not an entity, it is really a family. Ashkarian Ardis Team is dedicated to inform you, educate you, and therefore you make your informed decision when you're trying to buy your property or you're selling your property. Now, here we go. Natalie, please let us know what is the FEMA change in Monroe County.
Yeah, so as some people may have heard, FEMA and our National Flood Insurance Program, they've actually proposed new flood insurance rate maps for the entire Keys. And what this means is once these are adopted, all new construction and flood insurance premiums will be based on new maps and the new regulations that will come with them. We're told this process is likely to take about 18 months or more, which could mean the final maps and the new rules associated with these maps will not actually commence until 2021 at the earliest. We do have some people on our side, our own Monroe County and FERM, which stands for Flood Insurance Rate Maps for Monroe County, and a number of cities in the Keys have actually hired consultants to review the proposed maps and to provide information for any types of appeals on these actual maps. And there's 4 really important highlights that we want to talk about with the effects of these new flood maps. So, number 1, with the adoption of the new flood maps, existing elevations will change in mapping standards. And it's happening and will be measured based on the NAV datum instead of the NGV datum, which are 2 different things, which will negatively affect all flood levels by about 1.5 feet, which could place otherwise conforming structures today below the new base flood elevation. Number 2, a wholly new flood level called Coastal A zone will impose V flood zone construction standards on new constructions in those zones.
Could you say that again, please?
So basically, they're coming out with a whole new flood level. It's going to be called Coastal A zone. And as we know, V is a higher risk. They're going to be imposing V flood zone construction standards to that new zone.
Okay, so number 3.
And number 3, there's many X zones here in the Keys. Places include Tavernier, Key West,
Sunset Key.
Yep, Sunset Key. So those are now going to be classified as A flood zones. So what that means is they now will require flood insurance when obtaining a bank loan. And it will create new reconstruction standards, as we know, with the 50% rule that will now come into place with those zones.
I have a question. Now, didn't we have flood insurance when we had the X zone? When somebody gets a loan, didn't they pay flood insurance when they had
an X zone is not required to have flood insurance. So now those zones changing, the bank loan is going to be required to have the flood insurance with them.
Okay.
So, and the last point, number 4, grandfathering of existing flood insurance policies will occur for those properties with flood insurance in place when these new maps take effect. So those grandfathered flood policies are extremely important to keep and update.
Especially for the sellers.
Exactly, because that is the only policy for insurances that's actually assumable by the buyer. So the seller, it's one-page document at closing. The buyer can assume the seller's flood policy, which is very important with these new rules and regulations coming out.
So your suggestion is to our sellers is keep your insurance policy.
Correct.
Okay.
So that way a new buyer can possibly assume the actual insurance.
Good.
So wrapping up these 4 points, the Monroe County is actually going to be holding open houses. So it's open to any property owner, anybody who would want to attend. These open houses are going to take place from January 27th through January 30th. There's actually going to be 6 different open houses, so from Key West all the way up to Key Largo on different days and different times, so you can pick which one that you would like to go to. Yes. There's specialists there. You can bring your elevation certificate, have your property address, obviously, and these people will be able to address any questions that you might have.
So could the buyers attend at open houses?
Absolutely. Okay. It's open for anybody that would want to attend.
Good. So we highly recommend our sellers and buyers to attend these open houses, and including our agents.
Exactly. Everybody should attend if you're able to, because it's something that affects us keys wide, not just one specific person.
I know you have some questions. Please email us or call us at 305-481-3317 or 305-395-0814. Remember to check in searchfloridakeyshomes.com, and we would love to hear from you.